Welcome back. Let's play some 10-minute games here on Shogi Wars. Good luck. Let's see. Well, it's a good thing we're not playing the Agara. Whatever that is. Is our opponent playing it? I don't think so. Maybe I should update my proverb list to either somehow better indicate what a Yagura is, or I don't know. Third file. Third file best by test. Oh my goodness, is this actually... Well, it's fine. There's no snapback tactic. There's no shot. It looks like there's going to be a bishop forking the king and a dragon here. But I should just move up the rook and not have any of that. Both of us are playing some weird stuff here. Yes, I can't exchange the rook for the pawn, etc. Yeah. Well, we're on our way, right? I'm gonna get sniped by... Yeah, Transport mentioned right before this recording that there apparently is a new avatar on this website, and the character name for the player in the avatar image is the same as the name of the manufacturing company of the chair, or something like that, or the brand of the chair, not even the company. So that's new. Which leads to a dilemma, like, what happens if the chair, either if there's some issue with the chair or some issue with the company, like, what happens? Are they going to pull back the avatar? Are they going to recall the avatar, rather? I don't know. Thankfully, not my decision. Alright, so... This is gonna get fun here in a second. Yeah, I tried my best to get Karo's avatar. I was not able to win enough games. But I might be able to win enough games to get an avatar of a chair. Yeah. This position's so messed up. There's holes everywhere. Dropping a pawn behind a silver is a defensive move. There might be occasions where it makes sense to do that. I don't know. I don't know that I'd count this among them. Here it precludes the opponent from playing the fortress that Yagura shape, because I've got a spike leading into this already. Ah! Featuring innovative mesh, streamlined frame, and extensive color options for modern workspaces. Where's my chair? Yeah. Just ability for all body types? That seems a bit tricky to test. Wait, where's the bishop going? Oh, I'm stupid. They're gonna take this pawn. They're gonna push this. Yeah, I missed that. Alright, well, I can't let the gold drop. Oh, I'm attacking a knight. I'm so crafty. Me and my not looking one move ahead has really paid off. Alright, we're gonna exchange rooks. And then drop this back here, trapping the bishop a second time. Also hitting the silver. Huh. I'm such a tricky player. Shogi's really complicated. I wonder if there could be shogi for an 8x8 or a 7x7 board. Really? What would we need that for? Is it just because I use this website that we need it? I'm... Hmm. Oh. Well, I mean, I don't know if they have Google over there or not, but... Hmm. My opponent's not moving. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? I've got my water. This is resourceful, actually. They could drop the rook in this wild position. I don't need to take it, by the way. I could just take the silver and then drop the silver and break this down. But this is resourceful. Oh. Also, I could take the rook, but I don't need it. Wait, hang on. What's going on here? If I take the rook, they take this gold. I have two pieces hanging at once, and more pieces get exchanged, and my rook is prone to being pinned. If I just take the silver, that looks pretty clean. I guess they're threatening stuff, but I can deal with it. That move might not be the most accurate move here. Alright, so I'll defend my bishop. Not that it needed to be defended, but I foresee that I might drop a silver here, or something like that. Kick this piece a second time. Perhaps I messed up, but this looks okay. So my capturing the silver led to this position. Thanks to the Nifu rule, there's only so many places my opponent could drop a pawn here. And I'm just lucky that my gold and silver fully guard all three of these squares. Yeah. Nifu adds so much character to the game of Shogi. The fact that you cannot drop two pawns into the same file really limits the way attacks can happen. And also limits defenses that are available. The opponent can't just go dropping pawns willy-nilly in this space. Okay. That is an attacking move. I continue attacking your rook. And once I fully expel the rook, then... perhaps he had an internet issue. I don't know. Alright, I've got a rook now. So I have to be careful how I exchange pieces so I don't get checkmated out of nowhere. Which would be sad. Alright, let's run. Oh, there could be a fork. Maybe I should have moved the silver to safety first. Alright, I'm attacking the pawn supporting the silver. But they might retreat the silver, I might have to retreat my king. Oh, that looks cool. Alright, that's another way to force me to retreat. Fine. I accept it. Yeah. Again, the two-pawn rule prevents them from dropping a pawn to defend this, so... it looks kind of rough for them. If I were stuck, I'd have to push this pawn and retreat the king back this way, but I'm not stuck. Or if my attack were stuck. But that's not what we're looking at here. So, what was today's proverb? It was against the fortress, against the Yagura. Do push or don't push the side pawn? I don't remember. It was one of those. How do I checkmate this king? Well, okay, I've got overwhelming force, sure. Thanks, sweetie. I found it. I needed the lance. I did not have the lance in hand a second ago. Good luck. Oh, I saw Itodani as a live stream. He, again, and perhaps before, has played like this opening where the rook moves to the fourth file and then to the third file. I might try to mimic that. Hmm. But yeah, or was it he who suggested this, or was another channel who also was suggesting something similar? Um, I don't like how this looks. Uh-oh. Um, well, we'll figure it out. Um, oh wow. Yeah, that's a few dollars. Hmm. I guess they don't offer a budget leather edition. Hmm. Ah, yeah, I wonder how much. Well, we're not going to get an answer. How much did the ad cost? uh, we'll never get an answer to this question, but it's a curious thing to be curious about. Okay. Something's fun about this position. Like, I thought in Demon Killer you have to sacrifice material to get this kind of attack. But I'm not playing Demon Killer, and I just have an attack for some reason. It doesn't make sense to me that this is happening, but okay. We'll roll with it. Google was wrong. Oh no. Google can't be wrong. Um, oh, yeah, that makes more sense. We're just gonna build a castle here and pretend this is a normal opening. Unless the opponent hangs something, and then fight to try to win whatever they're hanging. Hmm. Okay. This is an opening. Pieces on squares. Um, that's legal. Was that the point of this opening? Maybe that was what they were trying to do. Okay, then. Yeah, they're defending weaknesses here. That's logical. don't know how to make progress. I mean, I have ideas, but... We're going to try something pretty awkward. Well... No. It'd be too much for me to go pawn
7
grabbing
分。
here. Well, I don't need to grab that pawn, though. Let's invite chaos. Bishop takes. Let's see it. I can take this. And there's no way you calculated everything from this position. So, this is what we're playing. And if I win, I win. And if not, well, we just play Shogi. I don't have any particular goal in mind here, but this position just looks very turbulent. Pardon me. They're trying to trap my silver again. I could retreat again. Is now the time for me to drop a bishop? Yes. This looks pretty strong. I'm stupid. I thought this was hanging. This is not hanging. It's okay, though, because if they trap my bishop, I can attack theirs in retaliation. But yeah, pawn drop here first might have been... Well, it's no better. I was looking at rook back, but... whatever. So if their bishop retreats, I can take. If they take my bishop, I can take their bishop. We're playing with fire. And this is not smart. But whatever. Pushing, pushing, and then promoting here looks nice, but it's never going to work out that way. Of course, there's the fun Otabisha cheapo. If this pawn ends up taking my pawn back, I win the rook. It's not happening. It's fun to think about. It ain't happening. Yeah, the scary bit is if this bishop retreats and they take my silver, they're getting a dragon and they're getting more pieces too. But I do get to attack, so it's not all for naught. Was not expecting that. Should I push this? No, I should... Well, if I push here, this is risky. Everything's risky. Yeah, let's attack toward the king. If I miss, I'm not going to be too far away. That's surprising, too. Alright, you win a pawn. Oh, just kidding. You win something else. Um,
5分。
fine. Whatever. Here we go. Don't know what's happening anymore. All of my pieces are hanging. This is not smart. Um, alright, let the tactics flow. I block your rook. You'll do something to block my rook. I should just take here instead. There's too much happening in this position. Hmm. I was only looking at gold drop, rook takes gold, rook takes pawn, rook takes pawn. Also looking at rook takes directly, and I don't know. They take my silver. Their attack looks really heavy, mine doesn't. But this doesn't look good. I could just take my silver here. I wasn't thinking about that. If they take, I could take here, but we've come up with a fancy way. We've come up with what I've heard people call an idiot combination, where the combination has no practical benefit. We just played it because it exists. Um, yeah, taking the pawn instead would have been smarter. But I lose the initiative that way. I didn't want to lose it. Maybe there's some advantage to getting this bishop off the diagonal where the king's at, but I don't know. Alternatively, if I retreat the rook after they hit this, I guess they rook takes, so it doesn't help. But yeah, I was going to say, the bishop could attack my rook, and I lose another tempo, because exchanging is no better than exchanging here. I don't know why... Hmm. Who am I to complain about this being slow? This is complicated. This deserves attention, but how do you solve this? I'm more concerned that my opponent um, it might be distracted. Like, I don't deserve to win this. Let alone by the method that seems most likely for me to win this, if I do. 30 seconds. Maybe I've disconnected and I just don't know it yet. Yeah. There's something called a growth mindset. Um, and the belief that you can rise to the challenge. Um, Not saying I'm up to that, but potentially I could be. Thanks for the game. 2 down, 1 to go. Maybe something's up with the server at the moment. No, we got a game. Good luck. Bishop exchange, huh? Alright, well, guess what we're not playing today? We're not playing bishop exchange. Go ahead, play opposing rook. You know you want to. Okay, they changed their mind. That was interesting. Did not expect them to move the rook here. That's fine. Maybe it's more effective that they did that. Gonna back up. That's also not opposing rook. Okay, but now this bishop can't easily get to this diagonal, so I think I've just tricked my opponent. Unless I'm missing something fundamental about this. The sad bit is like 2 days ago I had a position like this, and I didn't understand this tension. And here we are again, and I'm feeling most confused. Um, that's smart. Interesting. What do I do? I don't like how this is trending. Oh, maybe this is fine. I'm curious about this now that we look at it. With the silver blocking the rook, I think I have time to do this. And now I can shift the rook over to join my attack. And yeah, this looks weird, but I don't know. Looks okay. None of these pieces are where I'd expect them to be. But my opponent has half Mino castle. Half Mino is a good castle. Um, hmm. Okay, I activate my rook. If I can click this. It looks like my internet's having issues. Or my DNS is. We had this issue the other day too. Albeit Shogi Club 24. So hopefully my connection holds up. Alright, so... How do I progress? There's got to be something I can do here. Okay, my rook's in an odd location. Let's move it to safety. Or comparative safety, anyway.
7分。
I'm seeing many tactics that I don't like here. But maybe if I exchange a bishop for a pawn and a silver... No, that doesn't slow down the opponent. Maybe I should have dropped the bishop here. I mean, obviously, if they push this, I still have that. Um, so my opponent specializes in bishop exchange openings. Or in that system. So if I'm going to catch them off guard, I catch them off guard with something that's not normally in that system. My silver's not doing much. Let's activate it further. They're going to invade over here, and I can either panic or I can... Oh, that's crazy. That's a mouse slip at best. But I think they just forgot. Thanks for the game. That's rough. I'm so sorry. That's 3 games for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.